Hello and welcome to another team and squad guide. I do apologise if you can hear sort of weird noises in the background. My dog is chewing on a plastic bottle because I'm professional like that. So today we're going to be looking at Liverpool. Now, and this is my personal favourite team. So we'll be looking at in depth. The idea of this series is to give you guys an idea of which teams you might want to manage when Football Manager comes out, or what if you've already got the beta if you pre-ordered it. We're going to go in depth into the transfers, see who they've brought in, look at the squad as a whole, look at the under-18s team, see if they've got any really good wonderkids that we can look at, see if they've got any good youngsters coming through. We can look at the main squad. We're going to see who's good, who's not, who we should maybe look at selling, what positions need strengthening. We're then going to quickly have a brief look into the finances to see what sort of money we've got to spend, what sort of wage bill we've got to spend, and then we'll go into the check out the confidence so we can see what the actual board want us to do this year and what they want us to achieve to keep our job, basically. And it will just give you a good idea of when you take over Liverpool for the first time to see what you want to do. So please leave comments. I'm going to do all of the Premiership teams, but if you leave a comment with your favourite Premiership team or the team you want me to do next, I'll add it to the list. So first off is our message from Thomas Warner, basically telling us what his vision for the club. So we want to play a possession-based football, sign young players for the first team, and develop the club's youth system. I think they're all pretty fair targets. I think that suits the Liverpool's background and our history. That's the only time I'll be mentioning our history this episode, honest. So what we'll do now is we'll go into the finances. So we've got £57 million in the bank. So compared to someone like for instance, I've already done the Arsenal and the Man United video. Arsenal have 300 million in the bank, and Man United have 200 odd million in the bank. So they're a lot richer than us, but we knew that already. Transfer budget of 16.6 million, so that gives you some wiggle room. Now, one of the interesting, our wage budget is 2.2 million, so we've got currently spending 2, so we've got £250,000. So that definitely gives us the room to make a couple of signings, and that's even before the sales. So that's quite nice. We'll have a look at what they want us to achieve this season. So in the Premiership, they want us to qualify for the Champions League. Okay, that's what we've been trying to do for the last 10 years, it feels like. But I think we'll go through the squad and see if we think that's doable, looking at the squad without any actual changes. FA Cup, semi-final, that's fine. I don't think they care about the Capital One Cup and the Europa League. So they really just don't care about the real life Europa League. Yeah, they're not bothered about that whatsoever. So what we're looking for is good. Top 4 is the main aim, as expected. So let's just jump straight into the under-18 teams. I'm not going to go through each player because that'll take forever. I'm just going to look at the sort of best couple of players that we've got coming through to see if they're actually going to make the grade. So first up, we've got Bobby Adikenya. I haven't even heard of him. I watched the under-18s. So he's highly rated by our scouts. He can play he's mainly a left winger, but can play right wing at a push. 16 years old Dutch kid. He's alright. I don't think he's ever going to make the grade. I think when your current ability is so far from your potential, I think it's very hard for you to reach that potential. Now, determination and work rate both are important stats when seeing how well a youngster's going to improve. So with a determination of 7 and a work rate of 11, he's really going to struggle to make the step up to becoming a first teamer. His other stats, his physicals are okay for a 16-year-old. That's okay. I just don't think he's going to make it. With the right tutoring and all that sort of stuff, maybe. So next up is Banda, attacking midfield centre. Not very versatile in the positions. Okay-ish player. Again, determination's not the highest. Yeah, same again. I don't think he'll quite make the grade, to be honest. Have a quick look at Trent Alexander-Arnold. Same again, really. They'll have a good professional career. I just don't think they'll make the grade at Liverpool. Going into the under-21s. The brightest talent in the under-21s for most people at the moment, anyway, is Ojo. He can play midfield or centre, but he can also play on the wing if needed. He's got okay stats for a wing position. Decent all-rounder. Nothing really stands out, and but there's no real big weak points. 11 determination, 11 work rate's okay-ish. He's never going to be a superstar, but he could become a decent player. Next up, it's good that they get so many players that are easy to pronounce. Taiwo Awoniyi. Okay, we'll leave that there. He's a Nigerian 17-year-old. He's a striker and he's a decent player. Good physicals for a 17-year-old. Really good physicals. 16 acceleration and 15 pace is nice. Good strength at this age means he could be, could become a mini Akinfenwa. He could become a decent player, I think. His determination work rate's okay. His concentration, his positioning's poor, but in his concentration and anticipation a slight issue. I think he'd become alright. He could become a Liverpool player if given the right tutoring, some good loan moves, get him some game time, that sort of thing. We'll skip over Luis Alberto. Okay, we'll have a look. Oh, there's Luis Alberto. He's not a flop. He's actually right in this. I'd probably just sell him to get some money. Iori, I think he's quite good. I think he's definitely worth coming back in and being a backup. Definitely. He's still young, 22 years old. Still do a job for you. I think he's definitely worth having in the team. Once his loan finishes, that is. That'll do for those. Just check if there's anything obvious. Yeah, Andre Wisdom's an interesting one. He's not getting any young. He's 22. He's still a good player. He's an absolute beast. Can play right back equally well. Again, another sort of homegrown player, if you need homegrown players, that could be a decent backup. He's never going to set the world alight. Okay, and we'll leave it there. I'll let you discover the rest. And finally, the main squad. Here we go. So I won't go through some of the sort of more obvious ones. I'll just sort of glide over them and see what we say. Mignolet, decent keeper. It's something that doesn't need replacing now, but maybe after the first season, if you've got the money, I'd probably look at getting a better goalkeeper. And Adam Bogdan, he's fine, perfectly fine for a backup. He's the perfect sort of backup. He's not earning a massive amount of money. John Flanagan, injured for like ever, it feels like. Still another 7 months, but he's a good player. He can play both sides as a fullback. I'd definitely keep him. He's homegrown. He'll do a job for you. I don't think he's going to be sort of first choice, but it's nice to have somebody that can play both positions. And Liverpool's Mr. Versatile, Emre Can. It's easier to say which he doesn't play. He doesn't play as a striker or a right winger. I personally, let's have a look at him. Much like real life, it's hard to know where he should play. His stats are all kind of evenish. He could play as a centre back. It's okay. Positioning's a slight issue. A defensive midfielder. Again, positioning. But... So you decide. It's a real tough one, that one. I think he's a good player. He's 21 years old. He's got a bright future ahead at Liverpool. He's going to be an absolute quality player. Definitely must keep. I think experiment with him and see where you find him best, because I think he can play all these positions decently, and he's young enough that you can say, oh, I want to keep him as a centre-back, and then work towards improving his centre-back skills. Absolute quality players. Do not sell him. Draco Gomez, new signing here. This kid looks dynamite. 18 years old. Really good physical stats. There's a slight issue. His determination isn't the best, but it's just enough okay, and his heading needs some work. But 18 years old, he can fill in at right back as well. Quality player. Either give him some game time or loan him out for a season. He's going to be a beast. Kolo Toure, old, keeper's backup. Sell if you need cut the wage bill down, because he's on 70 grand a month, so you could sell him. Freya, come here. Can I have it, please? Sorry about this. Fair, come here. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, so Curtis Torre, I would keep if you need a backup, but sell if you need to clear him off the wage bill. You don't get any money for him, really. But Martin Skirtle, absolute solid defender. He's 30 years old now, so you're going to have to start looking to replace him in the next couple of years, but solid for the first season, probably the next season. Dejan Lovren. On this, he's solid. I think he could be okay for the first season. But personally, I'd play Sacco and Skirtle. I think Sacco's a really good player. He's younger than the other two. He's better in the air than the other two. He's got great determination. Can still improve a little bit. Definitely keep Sacco. Nathaniel Klein, the right back. As we all know, he's a quality player. Definite first team right back. Don't have to worry about that position for the next few years, which is lovely. Jose Enrique. He's actually okay in this still, even though I think he's disappeared off the face of the planet in real life. You don't get a massive amount of money for him, so I'd either keep him for a backup, or sell him if you need a little bit of money, or he's earning 55 grand a week, so maybe you need to get rid of him for the wages. Your first choice left back will be Moreno, quality left back. He's good going forward, so you can play him as a wing back quite happily. That's probably his best position on this. He loves getting forward. He's great at dribbling, crossing, first touch. He's got all those stats to go forward, as well as decent as defensively, and he's only 22 years old, so the right back and the left back are pretty much sorted for the next few seasons. Now we've got Markovic. Interesting character. In this, he's still good, and I think he will come good in real life, but let's leave real life out of this. Let's just say Football Manager. His physicals lack a bit. He's pacey, but a lack of balance, strength, and natural fitness could be a slight issue, but I think he's still a quality player. He likes to play on the right wing or the attacking centre mid. I think he'll come back from his loan, and I think he'll definitely be in or around your team. He's only 21. He can improve more. I'd definitely keep him and see how you get on with him. See if this becomes an issue just with his natural fitness and stats like that might struggle with. Next we have Jordan Ibe, the youngster. Really good winger. Both wings. Definitely one to keep for the future. Could become quality. I don't think he'll be a world beater, but I think he'll play plenty of games for Liverpool. I think you should definitely look to keep him. Now Lucas is an interesting one because a lot of people, this is their sort of first sale. You can get some decent money for him, but he is a monstrously good defensive midfielder. I'd keep him myself, unless you sort of needed the money for some big signing. I'd definitely keep him for a season or two. I think he's an absolute quality player. He's at his highest value he's ever going to get, so I think that's why people may sell him, because he's 28. So, but he's a really good player. He won't let you down playing. Lallana, not much to say about him. He's attacking midfield, left, right, and centre. He's 27. He's at the peak of his powers. Really good player. His physicals let him down a little bit, but definitely in and around the first team. He's worth a lot of money, so you could possibly sell him if you wanted to, but I wouldn't bother. I think he'll do a job for you for a couple of seasons. This is an interesting one because fucking hell, he's valued at 17 million. I never saw that. Okay, so I'd sell him as soon as January comes round. It might be more to do with real life. He just irritates me a little bit. But boring James Milner, I think I'd sell if he can get anywhere near that value, because he's on 140 grand a week, which is extortionate. So, and he's a good all-rounder, but he's not, these stats aren't fantastic. His stamina and fitness, he'll run all day for you, but that's kind of it. I definitely look to get rid of him. He'll do a job up till January, and he could do a job for you because he's versatile, so he could, if you did want to keep hold of him. Jordan Henderson, really good player, good all-rounder. Unfortunately injured for 4 months in this start of the game. But yeah, quality centre mid. Don't play him anywhere else. He is a central midfielder, box to box, perfect. The Welsh Xavi. Yeah, Joe Allen, another decent player. He's actually pretty good in this. Box to box as well. Deep line playmaker. So he's versatile in the roles that he can play in central midfielder, which is actually quite nice because most people are only really good at one. But yeah, he's a decent player. 25 years old. Still got plenty of life left in him. Philippe Coutinho. Absolute beast of a player. Please do not sell him. He's really good. Physicals aren't the best in the world, but all the important stats, just absolutely monstrous. Keep him. I like playing him as an attacking midfield centre. Firmino, which is Coutinho Mark II, basically. This is the tricky one with Liverpool because you have two players that play this position. Two of your best players playing exactly the same position, much like real life. So what do? Now, the two options I think you've got are that you start playing Firmino on one of the wings. He's accomplished in both sides, so it's not something that's too technical to him. He's still got decent stats as a winger. Or you play Firmino in the hole, and then Coutinho is like an advanced playmaker centre mid. Which does limit it a little bit, but allows you to get to both players in the side, especially if you've got other wingers that you want to use. But I'd probably go for Firmino out on one of the wings. But definitely keep him. They're both quality. Origi is alright. His stats are fine. Yeah, he's okay as a backup. I'd either keep him as a backup cup game player or maybe play him for one season and then sell him to make a bit of cash. He's never going to be a world beater. He's got decent stats, but his work rate and teamwork really let him down, and concentration. So he fluffs a few. He can't pass. He's okay. Yeah. There's not much I can say about him, really. Now, Texeira's in the squad. I think in this he's okay. I don't think he's strong enough to start, especially the position he's in. He's Firmino and Coutinho obviously ahead of him. So I'd probably look to loan him out for a season. Loan him out to a club that's got good training facilities and good youth facilities, and hopefully he will improve and then, reassess come the start of next summer. Now, Mr. Sick Note. Quality player. How often will he play? You decide if that's worth keeping him. He does get injured in this game, much like he does in real life. So you just got to judge if it's worth keeping him, a player that you can only play half the time. Benteke, the big target man. But he's not. He is, but he also is good at other stuff as well. So don't let... I hate the talk of him being a big target man and he, scores goals with his head. Yes, he does, because he's good at that. He's also good on the floor. It's kind of like Peter Crouch. Because he's big and tall, you think everybody just assumes that that's what he's good at. Yeah, absolutely beastly physicals. Definitely a first-team player. He's only 24 years old. Can still improve a bit. Get him on it. Get him on it. He's a good player. Mr. Danny Ings is a quality player. I really like this. I really rate this kid in Football Manager. 22 years old, English. Keep him. He's really good. Give him a go. I know we've got Daniel Sturridge, we've got Benteke, but especially if you're playing if you're playing two up top and playing Benteke, say, as a target man, this guy will score you goals. He's a really good all-rounder. He's going to improve. Get him in the team, please. And, oh, God, save the best till last. Look, he's really good. He's really good. And just sell him. Sell him. Just sell him. You'll get some money for him. Sell him. He's a massive disruption to the club. If you don't play him for a game, he's pissed off. He'll miss training. He's not worth the hassle. Get rid. Okay? Mark my words. You'll regret it if you don't. He'll cause trouble. Just like real life. They've got that down to a T in Football Manager. So I think that about covers it, doesn't it? I think. Don't know that. Yeah. Brilliant. Thank you very much for joining me, guys. Please leave a comment and suggest. I'm going to do the whole Premier League, but let me know which team you want to see next. let me know your thoughts on the Liverpool squad. Who's underrated? Who's overrated? Who do you think is going to be the sort of best young player in the team? I really like Draco Mays. I think he'll be quite... I haven't gone ahead in the... I haven't holidayed for 10 years to see what these guys turn out. I just think Draco Mays, his stats, I think he could be an absolute beast of a player if treated right. So let me know what you think. Please leave comments, subscribe and all that lovely stuff. I love you all. I will speak to you soon. Goodbye.